What's up? This is Game Drone with a casual gamer's review of Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. I'll preface this with some info on the previous installment, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. It was released in 2011 for the PlayStation 3, developed by Level 5. The game immediately caught the attention of gamers with its unique yet familiar art style. Much of the animation in the game was produced by Studio Ghibli, or Studio Ghibli, the producers of Princess Mononoke and arguably one of the greatest animated films of all time, Spirited Away. I can personally say that Ni no Kuni was one of the most aesthetically pleasing games that I experienced on the PlayStation 3. In retrospect, the anime-like production allowed for some pretty loud and daring landscape and design that other RPGs couldn't pull off. The animation in the second installment here, Revenant Kingdom, was partially done by a former employee of Studio Ghibli, but the studio itself was not involved. Either way, Level 5 is definitely delivered again with some pretty astounding visuals. The colors are daringly vibrant, the character design is impressive, and the fluidity of movement, even with the twitchy battle animations, is very impressive. So, from a visual standpoint, the immersive value of this game is great, but the facet that rounds out the immersion is returning composer from the first installment, Joe Hisaishi. Hisaishi has implemented a beautiful main theme that takes different shapes in different areas and scenarios of the game. But don't worry, it doesn't get monotonous. Actually, sometimes it takes a while to realize that he's even using the same melody. You'll find the music jumping out at you at times throughout the playthrough. The main change you will notice is the battle system. In Wrath of the White Witch, the combat was driven by an unnecessarily tedious menu system. The combat would stop and start as you selected your next action or directed the sidekicks you had at your disposal, similar to a traditional turn-based RPG. In Revenant Kingdom, the attacks are assigned to various buttons on the controller and your sidekicks are a little more independent. In battle, expect more similarity to Kingdom Hearts than traditional RPGs like Final Fantasy. Now, if I have a criticism of the battle system, it's that it's too easy. There are lots of different facets to your potential battle approach, but I don't find myself motivated to use them because of how quickly and easily many of the battles wrap up. Overall, though, the battles are a blast. There's a lot at your disposal and always a lot going on during fights. Now, I'm only about 6 hours in, but here's what I can say about the story. It gets where it needs to go without making you scratch your head and ask a lot of questions. But also keeps you interested. It's a feel-good story about an originally fragile character with a destiny and desire that causes him to grow up very quickly. The surrounding characters will enthrall you quickly, with each of them bringing a strong yet supportive personality. The dialogue can be a little cheesy at times, but that's expected with this kind of RPG. This kind of animation calls for a little bit of slap-your-knee humor. But I've been surprised at how quickly the tone of dialogue can change. Expect to be laughing 1 minute, cringing the next, and feeling enlightened the next. These characters are actually capable of sounding quite sophisticated. The game does a good job of mixing up scenarios and avoiding the traditional travel, grind, dungeon, boss sequence that we have become accustomed to with RPGs. I would say the most daring implementation of this new installment is the kingdom building feature. I haven't been able to dive into this too much, but you gain access to it around 5 to 6 hours in. This is being compared to the building system in the old PlayStation classic, Suikoden. At first glance, the resource system seems to flow well and the building system isn't too complicated. This is something that I'm looking forward to really getting into as I continue to progress. The kingdom building feature also opens up a new kind of battle system where you can actually command units against invading forces to reclaim land and boost your kingdom's renown. If you look at the title, it's easy to gather that I'm a casual gamer. I don't like to tear my hair out when playing an RPG, so this game is perfect for me. But don't get it twisted. There is something for everyone in the RPG community with this game, so here are our pros. We have an improved, responsive, and exciting battle system, immersion with great graphics, landscape, and great music, a charming story, extra content with the new kingdom building system, and overall, the game maintains a traditional RPG feel without being monotonous. I have just a couple of cons with this game. The game's a little too easy. This will turn off some thrill-seeking gamers and people looking for a challenge. And again, sometimes the dialogue's a little cheesy. Other than that, I have no complaints. Only a few hours in, and I can't say I will have these exact same feelings when I finish the game, but I feel confident giving a rating based on my experience thus far. Game Drone's Casual Gamer Index awards this game an 8.4 out of 10. If you're an overall RPG fan or anime fan, this game is definitely for you. If you're looking for a thrill or a challenge, you may want to stay away from this one. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a Casual Gamers Review by Game Drone. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, feel free to leave them down below.